Hello there folks, and a bit of a odd video for you here, and I've had some trouble sorting this out after my North American client updated. This is a replay from 8.2 that I played last night. As you can see, I was platooned with my friend Bogadoo from TRTH here, both rolling in our T29s in a tier 8 game, and this is probably one of the tensest games I have ever played in my life, particularly in this tank. And
time to roll out.
If you've watched my previous videos, you will already know that this is one of my favourite tanks, and it's one that I've had for quite a while. So here we are, me and Bogadoo decided to roll down here. We're playing an encounter game, so we figured we'll come and sit and try and protect the cap. As you can see there, the majority of the tier 8s in this game decided to head up the hill here on Malinovka in order to secure that side of the map and prevent a flank. Now, my friend Bogadoo has only got the stock gun there on the T29, the 90mm, I do believe. So obviously, as I'm sure you will understand if you play, he was a bit hesitant to go charging straight in and get himself killed. Myself, I decided to head down this little gully here, as these sections of wood here across the screen create a nice hold down position that I could take advantage of, and I decided to ensure that no one rolled across this flank. As you can see on the minimap, the majority of the tanks that headed up the hill ran into stiff opposition from the enemy team. There were a lot of enemy heavies up there, and whilst I couldn't see what went on, I can only imagine that it was a very daunting task trying to keep that hilltop secured. Here we go here. This was the first enemy spotted, the T25/2. As you can see, that M6 hiding at the back there and firing away like crazy to absolutely no effect, other than revealing his own position and making him a target for any enemies that could see across here.
Penetration.
T25/2 did not make it very far. A shot through in there from me, a shot through him from the IS-6 across to my left.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And then a blind shot there to finish him off. Now, at this point, the hill was lost, and particularly the Tier 8 heavies started complaining that we didn't head up there with them and help secure the hill. And obviously, the entire team cannot just go one way, otherwise, well, it's just a bad tactical decision, basically. You do have to have someone down on this field to prevent an enemy cap in an encounter game like this. There's the Jackson there.
Penetration.
Penetrating hit, but no damage, which was unfortunate. Although, I do have a sneaky suspicion I may have damaged something there.
They're hit.
Another penetrating, but no damage hit, and then the IS-6 managed to take him out. This was a very long and a very tense game for two reasons. One, because I'm not a complete and utter cretin and didn't just go charging into the enemy lines. I like to play intelligently and think about my movements and role within the battlefield. Take the time to actually assess the situation at the time and act accordingly. As you can see here on the mini-map, there are only a few of us left here and the whole hill has been overrun. And this is the point where whatever was left of the enemy started focusing down towards the few of us that were left near the flag here. KV2 up there on the hillside, making himself lovely and visible to pretty much all of us. As you can see, this is one of the reasons why I love the T29 as a Tier 7 tank. All these shots from Tier 8s just harmlessly pinging off the turret when you're in a hold down position, which is a very astonishing surprise, especially to your enemies when they're sat there wasting ammunition trying to kill you and doing absolutely nothing. Their artillery was very poor in this game. It's not generally something I'd complain about, poor enemy artillery, but you know, if you are going to play this game, you can't just play it like an imbecile. That Tiger kept revealing himself. That was a pretty lucky shot, threaded the needle through that window of the ruin there.
They're hit.
Got him again, but only a track, and then unfortunately I lost sight. I'm not sure whether that artillery piece managed to hit him or not, but I took the blind shot anyway in the hope that if he was still there, I might do something to him. T-34 came across on the opposite side of the lake there. And at this point I became very conscious about where my cover was and how I was using it, with them having the advantage of the high ground coming down off that hill. As you see, T28 prototype just sat further back up the hill behind the T34. Although he exposed his side armour quite horrifically.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And that's what happened to him. I'm just going to pause this here and point out the comment that was posted there by that T34 asking, how's your sniping? Well, I think this video proves.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And there you go, that was a blind shot to snipe that T34 to death. Yeah, as I was saying, I think this video more than proves that not only is my sniping more than effective, but I'm still alive with 3 enemy kills, which is sufficiently more than he had. Just a little bit of random movement there in case the enemy artillery was focused on me. In such an open map, that's always something you have to be aware of there. You sit still for too long and that enemy artillery will eventually home in on your position and take you out. We were very much hesitant to do much here, being only a few of us left. But the numbers were even, and I figured if somebody doesn't make a move, the game would eventually time out. So I put myself at great risk and pushed down the flank. There you go, there's the point where the enemy begins to capture the base across to my left, but it didn't deter my plan of action, which was to circle round this way behind the enemy and flank them. They hadn't detected me up until this point, I do believe. Unfortunate about that miss at the very rear armour poking out there from the Tiger, but he was taken out nonetheless. And at this point I must point out that the remainder of the enemy team seemed to be incredibly stupid. There's one artillery piece, and I'll give him his due, he did focus on me, but unfortunately didn't do him much good. Whereas the Type 59, as you can see, rolled straight past me. To be honest, I'm not sure if that Type 59 managed to detect me or not, though, at that range.
Looks like that
But
one went
after
right
putting
through.
that shot through his side, he most certainly should have known that I was there.
That's gotta hurt.
He was on the cap at that point, and the only reason I was putting shots through him is because, although it wouldn't prevent the base being captured completely, it would at least slow them down time enough for the rest of the team to react. And I was very much aware that we had to hit whoever was capping, which happened to be the Tiger here that's just shown up, and it was very close.
We've hit them hard.
87% capture there before I managed to hit the Tiger, and at this point artillery came across to my right hand side and proceeded to drive straight past me. You can see he actually saw me there as he turned towards me. I'm assuming the only reason he didn't fire is because his gun wasn't loaded at the time. At this point though, we'd moved up to the cap and at least got someone on there to prevent that flag capture. And there we have it, folks. I hope you have enjoyed this replay special, and I will catch you next time. Peace.